Hi, today I'm going to do an unboxing and review of a new smartphone with name Eachine M1, which I bought at Banggood.com. Later on you can check in the description below for the link of this product. At start, we can say that this smartphone is the first one from this manufacturer. Here you can see the box of this phone, which looks very nice, well at least for me. On back side of the box, we can see some specifications of this phone. It says that inside we have an octa-core processor with 1.7 GHz of speed, which is very good. 5-inch IPS screen with HD resolution, 5 megapixel front camera and a 13 megapixel back camera with autofocus. 8 GB of internal memory plus 1 GB of RAM memory. Including 2200 mAh battery. As I said, we can see that box is really nice. Now we're gonna open it and see what's inside. As you can see, we have our phone is here. It is really nice packed. We're gonna see it later. Let's see what we have next. We have user's manual. Well, I don't know. Everybody should read this, but many people don't. So you can see what this phone has, some options and features and so on. We have this warranty paper from manufacturer, 1 year for telephone and 6 months for battery and some features, and some other features. Inside we have, as you can see, adapter for charging, and as you can see, I'm gonna show it to you now. It's really well packed, so rip it off so we don't bother with it. It's 5 volts, 1000 milliamps hour. And we have one USB. As you can see, it's packed, so we're not gonna open it. Nothing else comes in a box, which is I don't know, gonna maybe at least we could have earphones, but anyway. Now we're gonna see the phone, how it looks outside. Where we can see with that we have a glossy background of the phone. It's a little bit, I don't know, we should clean it up a bit, but anyway, it's really glossy and really good quality of this background. Here we have a speaker. We have a 13 megapixel camera, as we said before, with LED lights. From the right side of the phone, we have aluminium design of the edges. We have a button for turn off, turn on and off. On the top of the side, we have input for 3.5 millimeter headphones. So that's all what we have on top. From the left side, we have two buttons for volume up and down. Uh, as you can see, we opened it a little bit, so we don't have problems while opening. On the bottom side, we have input for USB and charging. From front side, we have on top side we have a speaker, as you can see. On left side, we have front camera with 5 megapixels, as we mentioned before. And we have next to the camera, we have some sensors from proximity and light sensor. On the bottom, we have 3 buttons for using the back, home, and pop-up screen, something like that. You're gonna see it later. As you can see, we have with phone it comes screen protection, manufacturer. I mean, installed already. You just have to peel it off and you can use it. Now we're gonna open it so we can see what we have under the back panel. The only bad thing we have is just that the phone is opening on the corner of the on the edge, so it's really flexible, as you can see, and it's really thick, so we have to be careful, and it's hard plastic, so if we pull it hard, we could broke it, so we should have be a little bit careful while opening the phone. As you can see, we have two SIM slots. On the left side, we have a standard GSM, the big one. In the middle, we have a micro SIM slot. On the right side, as you can see, we have a micro SD and TF card slot. And this telephone supports up to 32 gigabytes of memory. On the left side, on left upper corner, we have Wi-Fi and GPS antenna on the right, and on the bottom we have antenna for our signal that comes. And you can see this white white rectangle we have, that's a speaker. We have battery, which comes protected on the top, as you can see, on tape. So well, it could be a little bit a problem with, it's still an octa-core processor with 1.7 gigahertz of speed and 1 gigabyte of RAM. With this batteries, I don't know if it's gonna be enough to power up to handle handle the phone with only 2,200 milliamps hour. And later on, you will see that this phone works very well, even with 1 gigabyte of RAM. Under the battery, we can see that our telephone supports 3G and 2G signals. We can see the two emails, and on the bottom side, we can see that it's a black edition of this phone. Now we're gonna skip over to startup of this phone so we can see how fast it boots. So and how it works and how the startup screen looks. Okay, we're back. We're continuing our review. Now we're gonna do now we're gonna see how the speed of boot up of this phone. We're gonna do it in a light version, which I bought it for myself, where I installed many applications which, let's say, use very very much of memory. Now we're gonna turn it on. As you can see, we have eChina logo. I'm recording this with my phone, so don't be mad about the quality of this video. And of course, it looks much better when you see it in real life. Okay, so the phone is on, and we can see the start screen. It's locked. Now we're gonna unlock it. And you can see we have some installed applications already. We can see that the applications are already running, some of them in background. On the top you can see that we have a Wi-Fi icon. We have icon for our signal. We can see that we have running applications in background, and you can see that we have two slots of memory, two slots of SIM card, and one SIM card is not inserted, so we're gonna clear this. As you can see, we have IPS screen, as I mentioned before. You cannot see it very good on this camera, but in real life, as I said, you can see it much better. Okay, when we open the settings, we have SIM management, so we can see when we can turn on and off our SIM card. We see that Wi-Fi connection is very good. It's a full signal. I'm in the same room with my router, but still the Wi-Fi is really good. As you can see, we have Bluetooth, and we have some basics of Android telephones, which well, all of them have. We have installed applications with accounts like Facebook, Google, Outlook, Viber. Now we're gonna see something about a phone. And as every other Android phone, we have our system update, so we can update our system anytime well, when update comes out, we can update it. Here we can see our model number, and we see status of our battery, the level of our battery, and rest of things. And we have wireless updating. Here we have version of Android, the KitKat 4.4.2. Now we're gonna check it out and make you see this. And as you can see, there's a KitKat logo, and here you can see it. That's it. Okay, we move on. Maybe you recognized these three buttons on bottom. We have LED light on them. When we press it, only when we press it. You can set it to last longer than it is. Well, it's enough for me for maybe 3 seconds or something. Here you can see this cell phone supports many languages. We're currently using a Croatian language because we are living close to the Croatia and we use the same language. But also this telephones is very rich with the languages, and you can select many different languages. Now we're going back. Now we just check out the battery. We can track it down. How long did you use it? On what did you spend the most of your battery? And you can see it's 18 hours and 14 minutes and 20 seconds on a battery without charging, and it's still 44%. And by the way, I use Wi-Fi all the time when I unplug the charge from it. And as you can see, we have not much detail, but as you can see, the basics what spent your battery. Next, we can see the storage. We can, as I said before, mount a card of maximum 32 gigabytes. 1.14 gigabytes of memory is just for system files. And next we can see that we have 8 gigabytes of well, this is my external memory, so don't look at it that much because it doesn't come with the phone. You don't get any memory card, so you're gonna have to buy some memory card. Well, as you wish. You can, but you don't have to. But of course, you're gonna buy it because 8 gigabyte of memory is not that much for your games and applications and music, videos, pictures, and rest things. Now you can see the display. We can see the settings. We have clear motion, which is a really good thing. It makes your how to say video in high frame per second rate, and we're gonna show it later on the video. It makes your video very clear, and it looks like it's real life. And we can set up the lighting of our display. Option for display without any cables or something. You can see you can share your screen on the TV. Then you can set up the size of your font and now we're going to see the benchmark of this telephone, how how the telephone performs. But before we do the benchmark, we're gonna show how we recorded some video. We're gonna hear the sound of back voice which we recorded before, and you're gonna see it on the beginning of this tutorial, how it looks like. You can see the quality of the video we recorded, so it's really good. Now we're gonna show how it looks like when we start the video that it's in HD with sound. Okay, that's basically it. So next, what we are gonna do is let's see. Now we're gonna show how many running applications we already have. We didn't clear anything from let's say the memory. We didn't stop any program we let's say minimized. I'm gonna you see that there's not much, but they consumes very big amounts of memory. And we have running Facebook, Messenger, Viber, Outlook, and many other. As you can see here in applications, we have many downloaded. Now see what's running. Let's see the YouTube, Viber, Messenger, Dio, Speed Booster, Facebook, and as you can see on the bottom, we have 345 to 50 megabyte of free RAM memory, even though we are running a very big amount of applications. So, which is very good for a 1 gigabyte RAM memory. Now we're gonna clean this all up. And now we're gonna do a benchmark test. It's called M22 benchmark test, which I'm gonna post a link in the description, so you can download it and test your own phone. And it's really good because it shows every single thing about your phone. Now we can see I did it already, and it has a really high amount of points, 31,651, which is very good for this phone. Now we have some info, basics info, brand Eachine, model M1. Now we can see the version of Android is 4.4.2, 32 bits. The CPU model is MediaTek. Renderer, it's our GPU. MAUI 450 MP. Resolution of the screen is 720 and times 1280. We can see the rear camera is 13 megapixel. RAM memory we have 1 gigabyte. Available 422 after we deleted all those running applications in background. Now we see the system storage. We have 7 gigabytes. We have 8 gigabytes, but it's already full because I installed so many applications and put in so many files. You can see the CPU model is MediaTek, 32-bit, and frequency is 1.7 gigahertz. As you can see, architecture of this CPU is Cortex A7, and we can see that it has 8 cores. Most of them are asleep because we are not running anything that consumes a very big amount of processor. Now we're gonna go next. You can see the display. As I said, the GPU processor is for renderer MAUI 450 MP. Vendor is ARM. Resolution I said before, and we said density is 320 dpi, which is very good for this screen. And it of course supports a multi-touch as all new phones. Now we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it supports up to 10. Now we can see with that camera, as I mentioned, we have 13 rear camera, and front camera is 5 megapixel. The battery level, temperature, and we said that Android is 4.4.2, and Android SDK version is 4.4.x. If we can see that we have some sensors, let's say we have enough of them. Direction, G sensor, acceleration, light, e-compass. As we can see, the ranking of this telephone, it's almost like LG G3, and it's even better than HTC One. Now we're gonna show the camera. Now we can see that here we have autofocus camera, and we can of course focus manually. And when you see that we have a very good. Okay, now the settings we have how we are gonna take a picture. The setting of the photography and the video. Now we're seeing we have a voice, HDR, smile shot, and stuff. We can see that we have a preview size, so we can see that full screen and standard. I'm using full screen because I like to see my pictures on the whole screen. And the maximum resolution of the full screen is 9.5 megapixel. If we put the standard, we can see that we can use a 13 megapixel maximum. But I prefer to use, as I said, a full screen because I like it more. We can see that in recording we can turn on and off our microphone. Now you can see the video quality. It's not mentioned in sizes. It's mentioned in the quality. So it's low, middle, high, and precise. So the precise means it's recording full HD 1080p, and high one is HD resolution. Middle one, I didn't check it out, so it doesn't matter because now we're using only full HD. Now we're gonna
Sam
hear the
zvuk,
sound,
kvalitetu zvuka u
how it
player.
looks like. So we're gonna play something. Okay, that's it. As you heard, the sound is really good. Maybe not good on this video, but when you hear it, it's really good. Now we're gonna see the real racing. We're gonna test how it looks like when we are playing the game. Actually, because I really like this game, and you can really test it how it looks like to have this to have a look like on the 3D, how it looks like. So now we're gonna test one race, how it looks like to play, and the graphic itself. Okay, that's it. I'll replay. I have enough. I'm gonna play it later. That's all about what I had to say about this phone. So and here you can see the application. You can download it also, so you can buy this product, which I totally recommend. That's all. So comment on this video, like it, subscribe to this channel, and I hope we're gonna see each other next time in some another review. See ya.